Okay, we're recording. Yep, there you go.
We're good to go? Okay, and you can hear me okay?
Yep, everything's good. Everything's recording.
Okay. Awesome. So, hey, everybody. My name is Montana Long. If you don't already know me, I'm a triple diamond. And I am back doing these calls, these Zooms with Leah, which I'm so excited about. Y'all haven't done a Zoom in like 2 months. It's been so crazy. So, the first thing I told Leah that I really wanted to go over tonight is I wanted to go over, let's see, what's the first thing I want to go over? I want to go over power hours, okay? So power hours used to never, like almost 3 years in this business, never really was like, I'm going to do a power hour. I literally just like worked my business all day long. And sometimes I was productive and sometimes I wasn't. But I have noticed that when I started doing these power hours, what I mean by a power hour is 30 minutes of just straight messaging. I'm not answering anybody back, but I'm just taking 30 minutes of just straight messaging people, following up with people, engaging with people on my Facebook, because that's mainly how I run my business. Well, like 110% how I run my business. And that's what I do with these power hours. And they're so, so important because sometimes we can spend all day on Facebook and we really won't accomplish too much. We're just wasting our time. We're just scrolling and we're just doing nonsense stuff, okay? So I noticed when I started doing these power hours that I was actually able to get more things done, and I was actually able to close a lot more people. That means setting dates, actually signing loyals, signing distributors, okay? So power hours, if you aren't doing them already, you need to start doing them, which means that if you can take several 30 minutes out of the day, like 2 or 3, you're going to be more productive in that time versus if you just spent all day on Facebook. Okay, because you actually are taking intention and putting it into your business. You're working your business intentionally versus just wasting your time scrolling Facebook all day. So Leah, have you started those power hours or anything yet?
Absolutely. And what I wanted to add to that is people who are working full time, this is so great for you guys to incorporate in your day. You can do this on your lunch break. You can do this after work or before work and take that hour and you just strictly message people like, do not look left, right, do not answer any questions, just straight message people and get your message out there, because then that leads you all day long to be able to answer those questions that people have for you back. So yes, they're very, very effective.
Yeah, and I'm going to get into like the working full-time part here in a little bit too, because I actually have experience with that I kind of want to share with you guys. And I might make you cry on it too. But anyways, so power hours, they're so freaking important to just start implementing into your business. So if you aren't doing them already, you need to start doing these power hours. I know Brooke, is the first person who introduced me doing these power hours. She was like, it's actually working really well. And I was like, okay, like I'm going to start doing this too, because I had a limited amount of time when I started doing these power hours. So that's the first thing. And then the next thing I want to go over is time management, okay? I know you guys have heard so many people talk about time management, and it's really, really important. It kind of falls back to your power hours, okay? But time management is so important. So when I started working full-time 2 months ago, I didn't understand really how to manage my time, because before that I had all the time in the world, right? But when I started working full time, I had a limited amount of time that I was able to actually work my business. So that's when I had to start implementing, my time management skills. And I'm so far away from a green personality, y'all, that I had to work really, really hard to be able to do that. So when it comes to time management, is you want to start with those power hours, first of all. And second of all, you need to write down daily goals that you want to reach, okay? So daily goals means that you know you have a direct path of what you need to accomplish that day, and you don't go to bed until it's accomplished. What I mean by that is live videos. What I mean by that is a certain amount of people that you want to talk to as a potential customer, potential distributor, engaging with your team, okay? You don't need to spend all day in your chats, okay? That's not what your team needs to see you actually leading from the front and messaging people and enrolling people, and bringing that energy and fire that they need and are going to feed off of, okay? So when it comes to that time management, you really have to really think about what you need to do every single day. For an example, I know that I need to follow, that I want to, my personal goal is to be able to follow up with 50 people a day. My personal goal is to be able to talk to 20 brand new potential customers, 20 brand new potential distributors every single day. And why do I set that goal so high like that? Because I want to enroll more people. So if you want to enroll a couple customers a month, okay, well then maybe you're going to talk to 5 people a day. But if you want to enroll more than that, then you're going to talk to more people than that a day. All right? If that makes sense. And time management also means that you know you have household things that you have to get done. Like those things you cannot get away with, right? Like you just can't get away from them. You have to feed your kids, right? So when I am feeding my kids, when I am getting ready, I'm doing personal development. Yes, you have to do personal development every single day, guys. How do you expect to grow? Okay? You're never going to grow if you're not working on you. You are never going to be able to feed into your team if you aren't working on you first. Okay? So those are just simple time management things that you really need to sit down, think about, and start implementing into your business and your daily life. Leah?
I agree. And what I really started this year that I've slacked off with, that I make it a point now. I do not even get on my phone or my computer right when I wake up. I grab my coffee and I do my reading. And I do my reading for half an hour, and then I do, a YouTube video of like either Tony Robbins or something that's going to be very pump up, inspirational, like gets my day going. And I find that if I do that and I take that time, that little bit of time to do that, that it creates so much more of a momentum for me to start my day messaging people, because I'm already pumped up. I've read my book. I'm reading Power of a Half an Hour right now, which is an amazing book. If you guys don't have that, you need to get that book, because that will also help you you can get so much done in a half an hour. So like you said, if you can make increments where right now I have to do dinner for my kids, that little slot's going to be taken, so you can do a half an hour before or after, or, while your kids are at school or taking a nap. Those are times that you can actually create your half an hour to message people, or, or comment or make posts on Facebook and buffer. I don't know if you're going to touch up on that, but especially those who are time constraint where you do work, utilize things like buffer to get, maybe in the evening, set yourself up where it actually runs throughout the day for you. So you're actually working when you're not working, and you can go back and answer those questions.
Okay, so the next thing I want to go into you guys with is I'm going to share a little bit about kind of like what I've been through 2016 going into 2017. You guys are going to understand why I'm sharing this with you, okay? And I want to share this with you because I want to be completely transparent with you guys, and I want to squash all of your excuses coming into 2017, okay? You guys realize that we are in 2017 and we're in a freaking hot season, booming season, to where people are signing 20 and 30 loyal customers, and we're not even finished with January, okay? And that could be you, all right? So a lot of you guys may know me, a lot of you guys may not, but I am a single mom of 3, okay? And this business has been my full-time income for the last 2.5 years, right? The end of 2016 hit my team so freaking hard that I had to make a choice to go back to work for a couple months until my business started picking up again, right? So in that 2 months period, okay, I had to work a full-time job where I was working anywhere from 45 hours to 60 hours a week while raising 3 children by myself, okay? No help, right? And I was still working this business. My team did not even know that I was working a full-time job. Why is that? Why didn't they know? Because I made it a point to make sure that I was engaging with my team, still training my team, and not falling off the wagon of going back to a 9-to-5 job and quitting my business, okay? Because it is so easy to be in your 9-to-5 job and lose sight of your dreams and your vision and your goals, okay? And that's something that you need to take notice of and not allow to happen if you are working full-time right now, okay? I don't want to hear no excuses when it comes to working a full-time job, raising kids, and doing this business. Why? Because I can tell you from personal experience that yes, it's hard, but it is so worth it, okay? I can't tell you guys how many times I left my kids for the first time and they cried. They clung onto my leg and they cried because they didn't want mommy to leave. Okay? I didn't see my kids barely at all. And I was working this business for the last 2 months on 1 hour of sleep a day. I'm not exaggerating. I'm very serious. 1 hour of sleep a day, working full time, raising kids and doing this business. And if I'm able to come in January and enroll 8 customers and like 6 distributors already so far, then you guys can too. Okay? So I'm speaking to everybody out there who is working a full-time job and feels like they don't have enough time to do this business. Okay? We make time for the things that we want, and we make sacrifices for the things that we want. Okay? So how did I make that happen? How did I work a full-time job and be able to still work my business and raise kids and thrive, basically, right? So when I got up, anytime that I was awake, I would be messaging people. Okay. Anytime that I seriously enrolled all of my customers and my distributors in my work closet. Like, I'm not kidding. I completed my steps to success by hiding in my work closet to make sure I can message these people back. Anytime that I was on a 15-minute break, a 30-minute break at work, I was messaging people. I wasn't thinking about eating. I wasn't thinking about just chilling on my break. I was messaging people. Anytime I was on my way to work, I was voice messaging people. I was on the phone calling people, talking to my team, okay? So, and personal development is going to be your key into making sure that you are staying focused on reaching your goals for 2017. Because if you aren't killing it right now, you need to be. That means you're not talking to enough people. That means that you're not posting enough or maybe adding new friends, okay? You don't let your 9-to-5 job be your excuse. Don't let your kids be your excuse why you feel like you don't have enough time. All right? So what I want to say about that is when it comes to enrolling loyal customers, I have been following Christina Watts, and I have been using her script like step by step. Like, not even kidding. When it comes to like the fat fighters, I send the little script that it comes to the fat fighters, and I can post that on the team page after this Zoom, because I'm not going to read all of it. But I've been seriously sticking to that script, and I've been enrolling all of my loyal customers myself. So a lot of people think, well, what if they don't want to give me their information? What if I'm scared to ask for their information? Something like that. Okay, well, you need to get over that, and you need to just ask, because 99% of the time they will give me their info, and where I will post it on the team page, Nicole. But 99% of the time, I am on the phone enrolling them, or I'm on Facebook enrolling them. And they will give you their info because I asked that I was going to place their order for them. Okay? And don't be scared to ask. If you don't ask, then the answer is always going to be no. And then you're risking of sending them to a website, and they're getting confused and frustrated, and they don't order. I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me because they just don't know how to work the website, right? So that's why I just ask for their info. And what else is I going to say? Oh, when it comes to following up with those people, I use Brooke's follow-up script where it says, I'm placing orders tonight for my $23 weight loss challenge or my hair, skin, and nails challenge. Would you like me to go ahead and place your order? Like, it's super quick, super easy, super simple, and it's actually got me a lot of loyal customers that way. And the next thing I want to talk about is I can't tell you how many messages I have gotten where the message says, how do I get people? How do I persuade people to join my team? Like, y'all, I did a call about this with Chad, and y'all have to quit using that mentality. You have to stop it. You have to stop saying, how do I persuade people and how do I get people? Because would you want to be bots? Would you want to be get? Like, no, that's not how we do this business, okay? We are in this business to motivate people, to inspire people, and to be that person out there that is going to give people change. That is our job. Our job is to talk to people. That is literally our job to do every single day. Now, when the person who enrolled you, did you feel like you were getting got? You know what I mean? Like, did you feel like you were being bought? No, nobody wants to feel like that, okay? You know, so many people spend $99 on so many things or $23 on so many things that they know they don't need. They have the money because they will make a way. When I first signed up, $50 left a month, took it from a bill. Why? Because I seen the vision. That is our job, to give people the vision, the inspiration, and the motivation, and the faith to be able to take that leap out of fear and to step into your team, and for you to guide them and mentor them and show them the way towards their success or towards their goals. That is our job and what we have to do. So when you are talking to a potential distributor, you need to make sure that you're not in that mentality that you want to get them, okay? You want to make sure that you're in that mentality as, I'm going to educate this person, I'm going to help this person. Now, whether they want this business or not will be completely up to them, and there needs to be no harsh feelings, whatever the outcome is, a no or a yes, okay? You keep moving forward. When it comes to rejections, I hear this so many times, but I'm not signing people, I'm not signing people. Listen, you need to get over the rejections, okay? Stop looking at it as a rejection. They're simply either not ready or they're not seeing the value that you just put in front of them. Because I guarantee this business is very, very valuable. People don't join this business because of just the business. They join because they love who you are and what you are going to bring value to their life and how you are going to do it. That is how you're going to sign distributors, is when you can grasp that concept that you need to add value to their life, okay? So if I offered you no value whatsoever, would you want to hear anything I have to say? Probably not. But if I'm going to offer you knowledge and value, you're going to want to listen to what I have to say, and you're going to want to apply it, right? Right. So when it comes to those potential distributors, you need to go in confident, okay? I know when I first started, I was not confident, but I was excited. And the confidence built up the better I got at talking to people, okay? So you need to go in. If you're just a distributor right now, go in like you're an ambassador with that type of confidence, okay? Because people can tell your energy and your confidence level when you're talking to them. If you're not voice messaging people, you seriously need to step it up and start voice messaging people. Because I guarantee that excitement that comes off of your voice is going to excite them with no knowledge attached, okay? So when I talk to people, I don't care if I'm having a bad day, a rough day, or crying that day. I guarantee when I go into this conversation, I am going to be sounding exactly like I'm sounding right now. And I'm going to be so super duper excited that they're going to want to join me or know more. Okay? So remember that. Remember that when you're going into your conversations, that you're simply there to educate them. Now it's up to them. Now, if they want to make that choice to join your team or not. Okay? We cannot make people want to change. We can't make people want more, right? And you guys really need to work on your posting. And what I mean by that is you really need to do the call to actions type post, okay? If you're just doing a simple type like post where it looks super salesy and it says like join my team all over it and just it works everywhere, those are not call to action type posts. A call to action type post is adding value to yourself and your mentoring skills and letting them know you have certain spots available and this is what you have to offer them, okay? I love to do my post where it says I have 2 spots left to help people who want to make $2,000 a month. That is a call to action post because 1, I'm giving them a value of $2,000 a month that they could be making. And 2, I'm letting them know that I can mentor them and that I only have 2 spots left. Okay? So those are those are things that you really need to work on when you're talking to potential distributors and posting. Okay? Leah, do you have anything?
I do. I think the scripts are awesome. I've been using them. The voice messaging is super important, you guys. They need to hear you, especially on social media, because they're not going to just fly by and give you information if they don't know who you are. So if you're, if you shoot them a message, and I just like, literally, I just get on that recording. I'm like, hey, thank you so much for loving all my posts. And then I go into a little bit of a spiel about, like say the fat fighters. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, it absorbs 30% fat and 78% carbs from a meal. You will love them. Let's get you started. But I also, like you said, as far as the call to action, it's so super important to create an urgency. We all work off of emotion. And it's kind of like, I look at it like when I go into a store to buy something. Say I go into Kohl's and I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't even here to buy that dress, but it's like staring at me right there, right? And I'm like, I really like that dress. And it's one of those urgency things, like if I don't buy it now and I walk out the door, I'm probably not going to go back in specifically to buy that. So you want to engage their curiosity now. So by saying I have 3 spots left, or what got me to sign up when I did was because back then I think the kits were like $2.99, but they were on sale for $99. So I knew that January 1st, it was supposed to go back to $2.99. And so it got me to jump right then for the $99, because tomorrow it's going to be $2.99, which never happened. But it's creating an urgency for me to do it now. And I knew I didn't want to take that risk for tomorrow. So those are things too that you have to think about. We all say that we're not salespeople, but everybody's a salesperson when it comes to, you do have to know what makes people tick. So if they're on the fence and you can sense that they're right there, you can actually switch it and say, look, like, listen, if you get in now, I'm talking to 3 other people. You're either going to be under them or above them to help you out. You can create that. And I've learned that from other network marketing gurus out there, and it actually does work. So it's giving them the opportunity now and saying, like, you've got this opportunity now, or you can be the second. Does that make sense? So you're creating an urgency.
Yep, I love that. And the last thing I want to talk about, I talked about a little bit on the call, is your mentality, guys, okay? So when it comes to your mentality, it's so super important. I always say the best distributor has the best mentality. And I say the best because I'm not going to say perfect, because nobody has a perfect mentality. I can't tell you how many times in almost 3 years of this business that I said, I quit, I give up, I'm not doing it anymore, goodbye, peace out. And I have done that so many times. But I never quit, and I never will. But we go through those periods where we just feel like, oh my gosh, like I just failed. I'm not signing people. This gets super frustrating. What do I do? What do I need to do? I can't tell you how many times I've messaged Brooke, and I was like, I give up. I'm not doing it anymore. But I never quit. Why? Because I'm continuously working on my mentality, and I'm continuously reaching out to the people who surround me in this business, okay? Anytime you're having a bad day, y'all need to reach up to your upline, because they're going to have some type of words of wisdom or something to comfort you with, or a shared experience that they can share with you, okay? So through this business, y'all, I have went through divorce. I have went through child custody. I have went through moving multiple times. I have went through people quitting. I have went through poaching. I have went through multiple different things in this business. And I went through working a full-time job in this business too, okay? So what we need to understand is no matter what rank you are at, you are going to have life hit you no matter what, okay? I don't care if you're an ambassador making $30,000 a month. Life is going to hit you somewhere, sometime. And you're going to have to be able to deal with it and work through it and work through your business with it happening, okay? So I don't care if you're a distributor right now or an executive or a Ruby, and you had life happen to you these past couple months or maybe last year. You can get up and work through it, because it starts with your mentality, okay? It starts with what you want to believe. And you have to stop looking for people to just motivate you every single day. Why? Because you need to be the person that motivates yourself every single day. Because if you're constantly looking for those other people to motivate you, eventually your cup is going to be depleted, because you don't know how to motivate and inspire yourself, because it starts with you. If you have one person underneath of you right now, you have to be able to fill your own cup to be able to fill theirs, and to be able to teach them and be able to mentor them. So working on your mentality every single day is what you need to be doing. Whether it seems less important or, not really important to you, I promise you, after 3 years in this business, you need to be working on your mentality every single day, because that's what's going to bring you through those hard times that you face in your business or in life, period. Okay? So like I said, no matter what rank you are, I don't care if you're an ambassador or black diamond, you're going to have life happen to you. You have to be able to learn how to work through it with the right mentality. Like I said, I'm not going to say perfect mentality because nobody has a perfect mentality. All right? So, and what else did I want to talk about?
Wait, can I bring you back to, you were saying the scripts and that. Now, what do you say to people who, after all of that, and you're going back and forth with the scripts with them, that they still come back with, I wish I could, but I'm broke? Like, what's your coming back for that? Because I've been getting a lot of that, and no matter what excuses I can crush, they still will want to forefront that I'm broke. So
are you talking about the product or the business?
Either. Both.
Okay, so when it comes to the product or even the business, I'm going to ask when their next payday is, so that way we can go ahead and get them started, because everybody has a next payday that they're not going to be broke on. Now, when it comes to the business side, this is where I go in and be like, listen, I started this business with $50 left a month, 3 kids, 2 in diapers. But I knew that if I didn't make a change right then, right now, that a year from now, I was still going to be exactly where I am now. Is that where you want your life to be in 1 year from now? That's exactly what I would say to them when it comes to a potential distributor that gives me those type of excuses. Now, when it comes to a loyal customer, it's basically just reiterating that, listen, you have goals that you want to reach. We need to be able to reach them. When is your next pay date? That way we can set a date and a goal to start. This is 2017, and I know you have goals that you want to reach that you weren't able to reach in 2016. So we're starting in 2017 off, brand new goals, and you can do this. So that's something that I would say to them.
Mommy?
I have started to do the feel, felt, found. So I connect with the person. So when they come to me and they say, oh, well, I'm a single mom. I said, I completely feel you on that. I was a single mom when my daughter was in diapers and she was little. And I felt like there was no end to that and that I was going to be broke forever. But what I found was that by breaking down and investing the $99, it has, quadrupled, because I worked my business, and I can show you how to do that. So you want to do a feel, felt, found. She just got off work. But you want to connect with a person. You don't want to go, oh my gosh, here comes another broke person, or the mentality. You want to break them of that mentality. So you just say, you know what, I completely feel you. And if you don't have that same story, you can say, I have plenty of friends in this business that are a single mom of 3 kids. I have this girl, Montana, same thing. And what I and I know that she felt the same way that you did, but what I'm finding is that because she broke that cycle, now she's able to provide for her kids and not feel broke. So do you want to feel that from, like you said, from a year from now? So many people have come to me a year later that did not join my business and they're still broke. So you don't want to be stuck in that, do you? And so you want to make them think and get their gears turning. So I love that.
Yeah, I'm even going back to people that I talked to back in 2016, back in May and June and July, because if they're still broke at this point, then obviously this needs to be their wake-up call, that they need to be doing something different. And another thing with my conversations is that I am completely blunt with people. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm not a candy store. So I am completely blunt with people when it comes to, well, I don't have time. Well, I don't have the money to do this. I'm blunt with people. I'm not going to sugarcoat them. And it really, really works for me. Hold on, baby. And it really, really works for me because people need to hear that truth.
Oh, look, this kitty.
Huh?
This kitty.
Yeah, put the kitty over there. But people need to hear that truth. If we just say, oh, well, this business is just so damn easy and just sugarcoat all for them, they're going to get in and they're going to quit in 24 hours, okay? We need to be able to be truthful with people be blunt with people, but be nice to people, if that makes sense. Combine all of those things into your conversation. Because I don't take no excuses. I'm not going to enroll people in my team who are just going to give me 100 excuses before they join, because then they're going to give me 100 more excuses after they join. So, yeah, baby. Put it over there. You like them? Yeah, I love them. So we have to be mindful of that. And something that, I was always told is we don't want to bring everybody into our business. Why? Because then we bring the people who just suck the energy and life out of us and who just don't want to do anything with the business. And then it falls back to, well, maybe I wasn't a good mentor to them. Like maybe I didn't help them enough, when really the problem was them. They weren't ready for the business. Okay? Does that make sense, Leah?
Absolutely. The ones that I found that I had to kind of drag through the beginning and just really be like pumping them constantly before they sign, that's going to happen all the way through. You really want somebody who, who's, you can change them. I know when I first started, I wasn't like out the gate. I kind of laughed at it, but I knew I wanted to do it. So you do need that kind of guidance, but you also, if you are constantly squashing excuses, but yet they still come up with another one, it's like, sometimes you have to have that heart to heart. Like, are you really ready to put your excuses down? Because to me, it doesn't sound like it. And you kind of almost have to be a little blunt about that. Some people, it might be harder for them to do that, but, you do need to grow that as a leader and be able to like kind of say, look, I love you and I want to help you, but put those down, and if you start out that way with somebody that is just full of excuses, they drag those all the way through until they're ready to change. And I love what you said earlier. I just wanted to hit up on that one because I forgot is it not the hardest thing to try to pull somebody out of a negative spiral? So negative spiral, what happens is, here's kind of what the conversation sounds like. It's like, oh girl, but you can do it. I know you can. I know, but I've had this happen and I'm not feeling this. And so you're like, I know, I understand that, but right now is momentum time and you can do this. And all of a sudden it's like this, like, no matter what you say, they're just telling you negative after negative. You can't change them till they're ready to come out of that. I can tell you out of 4 years, do not try to beat the negative horse with millions of positivity if they're in that spiral, because they're not going to listen to you till they're ready to come out of it. You almost just need to say, listen, honey, when you're ready, I'm here for you, but you can't drag me into your spiral, because what happens is you guys will start spinning in that. So does that make sense too? I know we touched on something earlier that made me think of that, and I wanted to bring that out. Don't spend a lot of time. I mean, you want to be upbeat as a mentor and you want to help people, but if they're constantly coming up with excuses while you're trying to help them fix that, they're in their spiral. You got to let them kind of almost get through it before you can bring them out of it.
I have a 2-part question. How do you be read but not be like a BI sweetie? And at what point in the conversation do you realize this person just wants to stay in their situation and just completely give up on that person? When in that conversation do you realize and say they're not getting it?
So the way that I do it is with, say that somebody says, well, I just don't have time and I just don't know if I can do this. I'd be like, listen, everybody makes time for what they want. I can't make you want to make time for having bigger options in life and being able to get out of debt and creating that lifestyle that I know that you dream about every single day. Okay? So either you want to make this change or you don't want to make this change. I will be here for you either way. So that's kind of putting a yellow spin on it, but also being blunt red too. Now, when it comes to people that give me multiple excuses, I'm done with the conversation, period. I will not respond back. And what normally happens, like 90% of the time, is they're going to message me a week later, and they're going to want to continue that conversation, but with a positive spin on it. Because they're going to realize that I don't have time to just listen to your negative after negative when I'm trying to be a positive in your life and help you change things. And that
Okay.
also comes through videos that
Some
I
of
do.
your red
And
scripts.
do what?
I said, I love that because it actually opens up my eyes and kind of better understand. Because I would come to you and I would say, well, Montana, what do I do? What do I say? And I get so frustrated. I'm like, well, I wish that they can see what we see. You know, everybody doesn't have that mentality that we have. And so, yeah, I need you to send me some of your red scripts. I'm going to hide behind your red scripts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good question. But the last thing I want to leave you guys with is this, okay? Some of you guys are single moms. Some of you guys are Xavier. Some of you guys are working moms, okay? We are all in this together, all right? We are in business for ourselves, but we are not in business by ourselves, okay? And I really want you guys to take a hold of this vision and this dream that you have for 2017 and put action to it. I can't make you feel inspired. I can't make you feel motivation. And I can't make you guys work, okay? Only you can do that every single day. Only you can go to bed every single night and either feel proud of the work that you've done with your business or feel discouraged with the work that you've done with your business that day, okay? I can't put in the work for you. But what I can tell you is, as a single mom of 3 who wants everything for her babies and wants to give them everything that I possibly can tell you that it's worth it. Sometimes we may feel like we are away from our kids more than we are with our kids when it comes to this type of season in this business. But what I can tell you is that at the end, it's going to be worth it. Because a year ago, I couldn't take my kids to Disney World, okay? But I worked really, really hard for a good 90 days straight, busting my ass, working 20 hours a day, working this business, getting to Triple Diamond, that I was able to vacation for 3 months over the summer with just my kids and going to Disney World and being able to give those type of things to them that I was never able to give them before, okay? And I can tell you that also as a working mom, what I said, peace out to my job, my full-time job yesterday, by the way, that leaving your kids is the most hardest thing that I've ever done in my freaking life. Leaving all 3 kids, okay? I can't tell you how many times I cried. They were clinging to my leg. I can't tell you how many times that they have cried because, you know, mommy was leaving and they weren't used to that, okay? If you don't want to go back to that lifestyle, if you don't want to be in that lifestyle, this is your chance to work your business as hard as you can and give it all you got. We're in the hot season right now, the boom season, where you can go from a ruby to a double diamond or a triple diamond very, very, very quickly if you just put your mind to it. This time last year, I was a diamond pay distributor, okay? A diamond pay distributor. And by the end of February, I was a triple diamond making over $10,000 a month with 30 days of just hard freaking work. And that could be you guys too. I can't make you see it, but you guys have to see it, okay? And I can't tell you how many of you guys have been broke, right? Probably a lot of you, right? At some point, you've probably been broke and been like, I don't ever want to go back to that. I can tell you right now that I will never go back to being broke. Ever. I don't care how much I have to work. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care what I have to sacrifice to make this business work. I will make it work. Why? Because I have 3 babies who are relying on me every single day, not just with my words, but they're watching my actions, and I get to teach them that every single day with this business, okay? Every single one of you that are on this Zoom tonight are worthy of success. You are capable. You may be experiencing life right now. You may be feeling like you don't know how to get out of the hole that you're in right now, or you may be feeling discouraged right now. Listen, that's just a feeling. Get out of your feelings and start getting yourself into action every single day. Because one thing I can promise you is that life will get better as long as you're working towards it getting better. This business is not going to run itself. It's not going to work itself. You are your open sign to your business. Okay? And I'm going to start crying. I'm going to hold it back over here. But I can tell you as a single mom of 3 that if I can do this, you can do this. And I want you all to know that all of us leaders that are on that Black Diamond page are here for you. We want to help you. We want to teach you. Stay plugged in. I can tell you the worst thing that you could do, and I want you guys to remember this for the beginning of 2017, is separating yourself from your upline or from the people who care about you. And why do I say that? Because when you separate yourself, when you feel like you're going through a really hard time, I know for me, I like to close off from people, right? I like to go away from people and I like to feel secluded. And that is the time that the devil comes in. And I'm going to tell you what, he says some awful things that you start believing, and then you stop working and you stop believing in yourself. Don't allow that to be you. Because I spent from June to September allowing that to be me. Allowing me to feel like I wasn't worthy of my success, that I was making too much money to be able to be worthy of that there were so many people out in this world that were struggling. Why me? Why did I make that amount of money? And I struggled with that, right? And I just kept telling myself that I wasn't worthy of success, that I wasn't worthy to train distributors, that I wasn't worthy or good enough to teach people, when that just wasn't true. Okay? Don't seclude yourself when you're going through a really hard time in your business or your life. Pull closer to God. Pull closer to the people who care about you and pray on it every single day. All right? Don't withdraw. Don't do it. You don't want the devil to come into your mind, and that's when you start believing. We can't control everything we think, but we can control everything that we believe. Okay? So I hope you guys took something away from this tonight. I hope somebody felt inspired tonight, and I hope somebody gets up tonight and really just feels that fire under them and just takes off with this business. I believe in every single one of you. I may not know every single one of you on this Zoom, but I can tell you what, I believe in you all. I know that you are worthy of it, and God didn't put this opportunity in front of you to do nothing with it. So go out there and inspire people, take your vision and make it, your reality instead of just a dream. Okay. Leah, do you have anything else?
Oh my gosh, barely. After all of that, that was absolutely amazing. I just wanted to add, as a mom, we tend to forget that we're not stay-at-home moms. We're work-from-home moms. So that means that you do have to work your business. Don't think that you're just home to play with your kids all day. If you had them in daycare and working a full-time job, you would be working that full-time job and picking up your kids. The luxury of it is that you get to be home with them, watching over what they do and being a part of them. And you do get the luxury of taking the extra time to go take them to McDonald's or the park or swimming or things like that. But at the end of the day, you are a work-from-home mom, not a stay-at-home mom. There is a big difference, and so you need to definitely keep that differentiated. I agree with you 100%. If you put your heart into this and you really work this business the way it's intended to be, you're going to gain tenfold. It might feel in the very beginning that you're doing tons of work and not getting much back. That will flip-flop if you allow the consistency to grow and happen. We all feel in the beginning we're just working so hard, and not a whole lot's coming back. It will hit that hill and start going the other way. So you need to allow that to happen. Don't be so quick when you first start into this thing to expect to be a millionaire. You really need to grow yourself first and the business. Yourself is the most important thing. If you're not growing yourself, you're not going to handle what's coming for you. So I know that there's been times that I've gone for a goal and I didn't hit it, and I realized later I wasn't prepared for that yet. God knows exactly what he's doing with you. He knows what you can handle and what you can't. And there are times that I can handle something. When I went presidential, the first time I didn't get it. I didn't get my presidential. I was not ready for that. I was not ready for that kind of, I don't want to say responsibility, because you put a big thing on your head saying that you have to be so responsible for things. I wasn't emotionally or spiritually ready to handle that type of title for myself. you have to prepare for that. That comes with tons of personal development. You need to get into reading books. You need to get into getting yourself into the correct mindset to keep yourself through challenges and struggles, because those challenges, which in the beginning might feel like roadblocks, when you really understand what a challenge is, it's a growth spurt that you're going through. Once you hurdle over that and you don't quit and you realize that that's to take you to the next level, you embrace your challenge. So I'm super pumped up for tonight. Oh my God, if you guys aren't, you guys are dead. Like, what's up?
Yes, guys, like, just remember that we're all broken people, and we're going to go out there and we're going to help broken people just like me and you. Whatever mess you have going on in your life right now, change it and turn it into your message, and just understand that sometimes we have to be brought back to our struggle to humble ourselves, to be able to go out there and share that life experience with people who need to hear that, who need to know that you went through it too, because people don't relate to our success. I don't care how many times I tell my success story, people are going to relate to my struggle more than they are my success, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, like, she was the exact same spot I was in. If she can do that, then why can't I do that? Yeah. And that is what we are. We are basically messengers of giving people hope and being a hope broker for people. And just go out there and just tell people every single day. So whatever mess you have going on, understand it's for a reason. And it's for you to grow and to teach and inspire other people, okay? So go out there and just do it. Go out there and sign like 1 million customers and 1 million distributors. And just realize that you're freaking worth it. Like, all of you are just freaking worth it. And no matter what's going on in life, understand that it's going on right now and it's not going to go on forever, as long as you continuously make the effort to change where you want to go and where you're at right now. So I love you guys. I have nothing else to say. Leah, are you good?
I'm good. Is everybody good? Anybody have, I don't want to keep this open very long. I know we all have to go back to work, but anybody have any questions before we leave? I'm all good. I'm filled up. I'm ready to go. We are on fire. Let's go. And we're good. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.